Let me check this out really quick. Hold on. Does it say that we went live?
It says
All
record.
right.
Just says record.
Hold
Maybe I
on.
could check from Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's live.
it says it's live.
Yeah, brush
All right.
league.
Okay. All right. We're live. After
We're
gosh,
live.
what a game.
We're gonna do it live.
We're doing it
Fuck.
live. Wasn't it? Who was that? Wasn't that
How's that fucking crazy dude?
oh
Bill
yeah, yeah,
Bill
yeah.
O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly,
Fuck it,
yeah.
I'll do it live.
When he was on
Fuck.
Inside Edition or something like
Yeah.
that. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Tomahawk. There's no Blackhawk news this week, but we've been watching the Four Nations face off. Everyone has been saying, oh, there's been a lot of people saying that this is a tournament that nobody wants and that nobody's going to watch, and it's been really good so far. Matt, did you watch that Canada versus Sweden game?
Yeah. I watched the full game. I thought Sweden, they had a good little comeback. The first 20 minutes, it was all Canada though. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
shit, Canada's they're ready to roll here. But Sweden came back and got the game to overtime. They got a point, I think, with that loss. But Sidney Crosby was the story of that game, man. Three
Oh
assists. He
yeah.
37-year-old had to put the team on his back and get the job done for him. But honestly, I'm very surprised that they started Binnington tonight against the
Really?
U.S. Yeah, those goals, man, they were leaky, and
Hold on,
I
hold on,
wouldn't.
hold on. Before we get to today's game, let's go over like the previous games first.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a new goalie in net because he's probably the weakest link of Team Canada,
So
Binnington.
who they have? Aiden Hill, uh, Bennington, and who else?
I forget. It's some French guy, but it would be Aiden Hill. He's probably going to be in net because I talked to a lot of our Canadian followers. They even said that Binnington, that those were garbage goals he gave up today, and yeah, he had some good saves though. But going back to the Sweden Canada game, it was all Sid, man. Uh, and I don't know if you watched the game this afternoon with Sweden and Finland, but
I didn't see that one.
it was a good game. Finland got the win, and it was a big deal for them. They're always called the little brother,
Yeah,
Sweden's little brother, and the Finns they let them have it after the game. Like, no, you're the little brother now. So it'll be interesting. USA's got the finals or the a spot in the championship, so
yeah.
it'd be pretty cool to see like Sweden or Finland come away with it. But I wouldn't sleep. I think Canada is going to find a way back in, and it's going to be a bloodbath.
You know, if it wasn't for Sweden's bad first 20 minutes in that game versus Canada, that game could have went another way.
Canada could be eliminated tonight if yeah.
Yeah,
Sweden, they look good. I just bad luck. Two overtime losses. So
yeah,
I think that's 2 points they get. I think it's a point for
yeah.
an overtime loss. So there's still a shot. Uh, well, it's going to be pretty tough though. It's going to be pretty tough.
Is anybody standing out to you like on Finland that is it seems like
Uh,
Teravainen has been playing pretty well. He's definitely been
uh,
well, I'd say a good spot for them.
Patrick Laine was supposed to be the spotlight,
Yeah,
but it just looks like he's just a power play guy. He didn't really look. The guy's shot's unbelievable. Mikko Rantanen had a nice goal today, backdoor banger. Um, Hopefully he gets that going soon with Carolina because I know you had a pretty busy day. I think it was a Friday with the Hurricanes fans, but
yeah, they were,
uh,
man.
UC Saros, man, he was the first game. He was bad against the U.S. Bad.
Yeah.
And what happened? That dude just kind of he fell hard. And Kevin Lankinen got the win today. Former Blackhawk goalie.
Yeah.
No one wanted him at the beginning of the year either, so it's good for him. He's probably going to get the start against.
They had him posted up as one of the top 10 goaltenders in the league.
He saved Vancouver at the beginning of the season because Demko was out, and I think he went like 10-0 his first 10 starts or something like that. So
Yeah.
just makes you like shake your head. Man, this guy was with us, but we just didn't have a team in front of him. So it might be the same because there'll still be no team in front of him, but good for
Yeah.
him. He's kind of the guy standing out to me today, Kevin Lankinen.
What about Barkov?
Uh, yeah, Barkov's always a solid two-way guy. He'll have quiet nights and still be an effective guy. But I feel kind of bad for these two teams. They played in the middle of the afternoon and like no one gives a shit. It's like just let's get to 7 o'clock and watch the two big boys go at it. And
Yeah.
it was awesome. Best hockey game I've seen in a long time. Probably since 2015 against the Ducks, Hawks and Ducks for me. But the first 9 seconds of old time hockey just made it awesome. Sending a message, the Kachuk brothers going at it, Fulton Reed and Dean Portman of the Mighty Ducks, the Bash brothers, and then JT Miller gets involved, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I think Bennington's gonna want to go, which would be a great trade-off. Take Hellebuck out of the crease, but it was good. That first period was just banging fights. I couldn't. I told my wife. She was like, watch it. She's like, this is crazy. I'm like, you don't see this in like international play, like Olympic play,
Never.
and
Never.
they have to make this in the Olympics. It has to happen because it set the tempo of the whole game, and it was just exciting. Like I said, I haven't felt this way about a hockey game in shit like a decade.
Dude, I'm so glad that that my kid finally got to see a hockey game like this.
That means
Um
something. Like you're on the edge of
yeah.
your seat. Like, oh man, every play. And Canada was hitting too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Jack Hughes was getting knocked around, like we were talking
Yeah.
about. Man, the little guys were kind of getting knocked. Like Mitch Marner wasn't really a factor,
Yeah.
and the big boys were just every play finishing. And then after that first period, it's kind of like okay, let's settle down and try to beat these guys. But
Yeah.
it was just good back and forth hockey. I loved every second of it.
Yeah. Did you I told my wife because I was telling her about the Hughes brothers, and I was telling her about the Kachucks. And today, like right off the bat, they dropped the gloves, and I was like, "What?" Because it's international
Not
competition.
used
They
to
never
that.
drop the
Yeah,
gloves in
yeah.
international competition. And I'm like, "Is he fighting Hagel?" I'm like, "Oh my
Right.
gosh!" And
Respect to him too.
yeah,
That was
man,
great.
he didn't back down for a second. And and then you see Brady, you know,
Oh,
he was practically foaming at the mouth, man.
can
And
you
then
imagine if all three of them started the game and it was like a couple years ago when like New York and New Jersey, didn't they drop the gloves the opening face off? Like
oh
they had like
yeah,
that would be amazing, but it was still awesome. And
yeah,
JT Miller fighting Colt Parenko, who's a freaking monster,
I know,
and
man, he's
good for
huge.
him. But Brady, yeah, that he looked pretty. He looked intense when he was fighting. Like he looked like his dad, and
Yeah,
that would just scare the shit out of me going against that guy. But hey, he said he wanted to be the bad guy of this game. The Kachuk brothers, they were the spotlight, and
yeah.
Matthews hurt. It looks like so.
Did they say what it is?
Brady goes, he'll be fine. At the end of the game, he'll be fine. We'll tape him up or something. But now that they clinched for
The gold medal
championship
game
game, I
or the
guarantee Chris
the
Kreider will be
championship
in.
game?
They're gonna breast Matthew, which would be the smart thing to do
Yeah,
because you're guaranteed they're in.
yeah,
USA's in, so he'll probably take the night off against Sweden, which is fine. Get Chris Kreider in there. I'd even rest Hellebuck and give like Jake Ottinger or Jeremy
sore
Swayman.
swimming.
Even split the game. Let him get some experience to say, hey, we helped, we played, because it doesn't matter for
Yeah,
us at this point. I'd like to get everybody in there and get the chance to experience it for sure.
yeah. Man, Hughes, he looked good, dude. To be honest with you, man, I
Yeah.
don't see anybody on Team USA that really played a bad game. It seems like there was a lot of guys who they were playing their role. Noah Hannafin, man,
Dude,
was
Slavin.
playing incredible defense, and
McKinnon was a non-factor, and
not
he's
complete
usually the
non-factor.
factor.
Yeah,
McDavid's goal was unbelievable. McJesus skates up the ice back. No chance. The dude's
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah.
But
They shut it
McKinnon,
down after that.
yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah. And their mistake was when Dylan Larkin scored a really lazy change. And
Yeah, it was a bad change.
Drew Doughty looks really rusty. And I'm
Yeah,
really
dude.
surprised. Like, I get it. Like, you want to play for your country. At his age, that was a head scratcher for me. That was just a bad play. And just, that was a kind of, a lot of people think Bennington should have stopped that. And the first goal, I think it was Gensel's goal, the first
Yeah,
goal. Those were kind of weak. The second one, I don't know. That was a really good shot. The first one for sure, that was soft. But yeah, they made some mistakes, Team Canada, and they paid the price for it. That's for sure. But they were hitting. They were matching the intensity level, which
yeah.
I respect that. That was just an all out. I'm still shaking. That was a great game, and
It was a war.
it was awesome. I wish the first period was the second period and the third period, but I understand you got to play and you got to try to score and win. But
Well,
oh
NHL
god,
GMs were probably like probably sweating buckets,
oh geez,
watching
well
the
yeah,
first 5 minutes of that game.
you got to think what's his name Zito on the Panthers, like he's probably on the phone. Hey, was Matthew Kachuk okay? Because I'm gonna pull him out of there. I need this guy.
Yeah,
We're going for a repeat here. So
yeah. And Kachuk's like, I'm not going anywhere.
oh no, like that 2 years ago they taped the guy up just to get him to play in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah,
He's not gonna miss this. That was I a little bit. I thought like, hey, they're gonna do something at the beginning of the game. Like the Kachuk brothers look pissed. I did not expect that, but
yeah,
you're like maybe they're gonna come out hitting like crazy. I did not expect that. Just dropping the gloves right off the bat like that, and that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool by Hagel to be like, fuck yeah, I'm going. I'd love to go. Let's go. I'm gonna be a Canadian hero if I do that, and it was awesome.
It's dude. I haven't seen a game like that really, man, since that gold medal game between the U.S. and Canada,
2010.
like
Yeah,
15 years ago.
yeah.
And I was just telling my kid, like, man, wait till the Olympics come around, and these teams are playing. It's going to be great hockey. This is really good for the NHL, man. If they can get people's eyes on these games. um I thought that it was kind of questionable that they were doing this at this time, especially, I wasn't anticipating guys going all out the way that they are, because you got a lot of teams going for a playoff push, and some of these dudes are probably like, hey, you know what? I'm not looking to get hurt. I'm not looking to,
Block a shot from
yeah.
yeah,
And
and
dude,
they're doing it.
it is complete mayhem out there. And but you would think that these guys were playing for a gold medal. And you know what? I gotta tip my hat off to all these guys, because they're bringing credibility to this Four Nations face-off, what it really direly needed, because this easily could have been an all-star game type of fiasco with a bunch of teams that don't want to really put out for it. Because really, if you win, there isn't something tangible like a gold medal. You win a gold medal, man, that's worth, if you get an injury, it's kind of worth it, because something comes out of it. With this, it's essentially just bragging rights. And essentially, man, this could be Team USA's coming out party, saying, hey, Canada, it's over. It's our time now.
Well, it
And,
started with the World Juniors. Those
yeah,
boys, the level, the next wave, if you want to say, they did their part the last 2 years of the NHL. It's catching up, and it's like, wow, we're taking over. Like
yeah.
we got some really good talent coming up, and it's great for our country and the game. This rivalry is unbelievable. I don't even care if it's the Two Nations tournament. Have Canada and US do this every year. I guarantee you the ratings are better than the NBA shit, right now.
Yeah.
After that first 9 seconds, unbelievable. And that's what the old school fan like me wants. I
Yeah.
like that. Like Bernsey was on with us. That nastiness, that rivalry. That's what the NHL needs, and it's been lacking it. And it took 9 seconds for him to fire everybody back up. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah. And I think that I wonder if the crowd not booing the national anthem, if that would have if it would have started the same way.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I argue with people online all the time. They probably think I'm a dick, but I would never boo the Canadian national anthem. I don't care
Yeah.
if you're president or your prime minister, whatever the fuck you call him. He's a pussy, in my opinion. But I would still never boo out of the respect for, like, if say we're at a Hawks game, Connor Bedard is Canadian. I wouldn't boo because I want to disrespect our franchise guy. I got,
Yeah.
I've been to Canada. The people are great. The hockey players don't control politics.
Right. They
Give me
have
a fucking
nothing to
break.
do with policy. They have nothing
And
to do with
you
politics.
can get mad at Trump all you want. Who cares? It doesn't even affect you. I don't give a shit about the guy you running your country now. I think he's a huge pussy. He looks like a huge pussy. I think he was at the game and your own people were booing him and heckling him. So
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck do you guys want? But booing the national anthem and winning tonight, it just makes it even sweeter for me.
Yeah, it did.
It's like
When it
your tears only make my dick harder. Sorry, sorry, Canada.
dude, I told I was telling my wife and my son, I was like, dude, if we win tonight, this is going to be so freaking awesome because the Montreal crowd, those French Canadian fucks made such a big deal out of the national anthem thing. And if we win, and dude, I mean, it could have been 4-1. Yeah, they would have been empty net goals, but it could have been. If you really think about it, man, if Team USA and Canada started out, it would have been ugly for Canada because I think they needed that tune-up game versus Sweden to kind of figure out.
They knew what they were doing. The league,
Yeah,
yeah, they knew what they were doing.
yeah, they needed that
The
that uh
scheduling, yeah.
that warm-up game. Um, so we've got one more game. The USA is going to be playing Sweden. Canada is going to be playing Finland, and then it's going to be the championship game, which is I'm anticipating that being an all-out war. But this this is going to set up the Olympics next year
Yep.
because these teams are going to be like, hey, maybe there's going to be some bad blood with a couple of these squads. Obviously, Sweden and Finland have a rivalry going, and clearly the Canada and the United States, they've got their rivalry is it's alive and well right now.
I still wouldn't throw Sweden. Sweden should be in the championship talk because they're a good team,
They are.
and I think that we're overlooking them. I think Canada overlooked them a little bit, and they had to, you know, go to OT to beat them. But today kind of was like a. I was shocked. I thought Sweden would walk all over Finland. It's like just
Yeah,
sometimes that's
I thought so
hockey.
too.
Sometimes someone, they get lucky bounces and stuff like that. But they're still a really good team, and not having Russia in this tournament sucks too because they got some of the best players in the league too. And I don't even know if they're gonna let them play in the Olympics. So
Yeah,
who knows with that? And it's just like, come on, we got to get best on best. You need the best there.
yeah,
And poor Dreisaitl, he's a German. He's got like no one. He's got Lucas Reichel on his wing or center or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
But yeah, this has been a great thing for the game. This game has made I wouldn't care if we ever have an All Star game again after a game like tonight.
yeah. It really sucks because you want the All-Star game to be, meaningful in some way, and it's not.
Nah,
The skills competition is probably like the funnest part of it, but the game, it's
and it's
just not
kind of
fun.
lame now. Like they got rid of like the cool stuff. They're doing shit like talent show stuff. Like they got guys giving them grades. Like that was a 7 out of 10 or whatever. Like and he did like a Kane Superman thing. Like come on, I don't want to see that. I want to see Al McInnes break the glass on a slap shot, stuff like that, fastest skater stuff. But yeah, it's not the same. This was awesome. The intensity level was great. Just all out war, and that's a lot of our followers are old school, and they loved every second of that game. I promise you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for the next one, man. You know, absolutely incredible. Great hockey. And I
Boston,
wonder if,
going to Boston now, so
yeah, get
so
out of
there's going to be no
Montreal.
anthem booing anymore, and they're probably going to cheer for the Canadian anthem because that's what they did back in 2004. Don Cherry said he was so disgusted they booed the American anthem in Montreal. So what does Boston do? They do the classy thing and cheer the anthem, and Don Cherry was pumped, and that I think it's going to happen again. But can you imagine if that game was in the United Center? How awesome that would be. That anthem would be so freaking loud. Playoff Stanley Cup atmosphere, U.S. Canada rematch. Oh man, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny, man, how kind of like history repeats itself. It seemed to be a Montreal thing, booing the national anthem.
It doesn't matter who's in charge. The French Canadians do not like America. It's the way it is. It's fine. We get it.
Yeah.
Feelings mutual.
Well, cool, man. Do you I mean that's pretty much all that we've got because there's no other hockey going on. There's no news. There's other than the Four Nations it's kind of taken over, but
Oh yeah.
maybe we should go live again after the next game.
We'll go live after
Is that-
U.S. Sweden.
all
All
right.
right. Yeah. Should be a good one. Hopefully Peter Forsberg doesn't dress because we're in for a rude awakening. That dude's still a force.
Oh,
You
I'm
see his
sure he is,
glasses? He's
man.
got the old school '80s glasses, like with the frames going. He, yeah, I
Really?
was like, what's this guy wearing right now? Yeah, but he still looks scary.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good. All right, everybody. This is all that we got for you on this podcast. Reach out on Twitter. We're always on there, talking to people. We love talking to people, love talking hockey. And we're going to go live Monday after the next game. And we'll see you then. All right, take it easy, guys. This is Tomahawk. We're out of here.